Are you a veteran in California and or moving to California and you want to know some of the benefits that you get of being a homeowner in California? Well, not just being a homeowner, but just some benefits in general. Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you the top 8 benefits that you receive as a veteran living in the state of California. So let's get after it right now. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for your service. If you are a veteran out there, I myself a veteran. I was a Marine for almost a decade. So I just want to say you guys rock and thank you for everything that you do. If you're still active, if you're not and you've served, I still want to thank you. At any rate, I want to jump into it because I know as veterans, they just want to get straight to the point, right? We don't like to waste any time when it comes down to it. Now, before I do jump in, I do want to say if this is your first time to the channel, you want to know more about some veteran benefits, you definitely want to subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the veteran benefits here in the state of California. Now, my name is Jonathan. We get calls, texts, emails every single day from veterans just like you looking to make their move, and we absolutely love it. If you do decide to move to California in 9 days, 90 days, or even 900 days, you can always give us a call, shoot a text, send us an email. Doesn't apply to just buying a home. If you're looking to know about more veteran benefits, I am extremely familiar as I am a veteran myself. Now, again, I'm going to share with you the top 8 veteran benefits that you can go for if you are in the state of California, and there is some restrictions and stuff like that depending on your veteran status, if you are a disabled veteran or not. So things can change for you, right? It's not all sunshine and rainbows in the state of California. I know other states seem to be a lot more veteran friendly, but you know, the state of California gives us what they can give us. So the number one thing is that we do have property tax exemption in the state of California. Now, we are not like Florida or Texas, like where they just completely, if you're 100% disabled, write off every single thing. There is a maximum per county that it does write off, and every year it tends to change. So every year it tends to change because cost of living goes up. So currently for the year, I think we're sitting roughly around 100% permanent and total in disability. You do get $160,000 property tax exemption on your home, okay? Now don't quote me on that. That's not the exact figure. I think I said estimate, right? That's an estimate of what it currently is today. Now next year that can definitely go up because again, cost of living. So we don't get all of our property tax exempt, but we can get a good portion of it, you know, taken off, which is a really good thing because the state of California, believe it or not, has one of the lowest property taxes in the country. So if you didn't know that, now you do. So that's a really cool, neat feature. Again, you do have to be 100% permanent and totaled in your disability in order to get that property tax exemption. But yes, we do have it. All you have to do once you close on a home is you submit like 2 pages to your counties stating, hey, I am permanent and totaled as of this day. I purchased this house. Here you go. And then it takes, every county is a little bit different. It can take 4 weeks, it can take 4 months. So it's just something for you to be aware, so you know your timelines on how quick you should submit your property tax exemption. So that is number 1. Moving on to number 2. Now, number 2, that is the veteran home loans. Now, California works a little bit different because we do have the CalVet home loan program, which does offer some low interest rates on home loans and for eligible veterans looking to purchase a home in California. Brain twist here. I don't know why I wasn't thinking of California, right? They can include options for conventional and or manufactured homes. So that's something to consider. So we do have the CalVet home loan program in the state of California. So that's something neat that not every state does have. We do have a separate home loan for veterans in the state of California. So if you're looking for that, hey, that's something amazing to use. Now moving on to number 3, right? So number 3 is the VA home loan, right? So that doesn't just apply to California. It actually applies to nationwide if you are a veteran. Now, if you've never used your VA home loan, your Veteran Affairs home loan, that is something key to utilize. I've used mine multiple times because I've bought and sold, etc., etc. So that's something, if you don't know much about it, it is the best home loan program on the market, hands down. Now, I know some people back in the days in the early 2000s when this thing came out thought that the VA home loan was probably the worst of the worst, but that is far from the truth. It is the best home loan that you can possibly have today. So if you are a veteran and you're not utilizing your VA home loan, shame on you, right? If you do get your VA home loan, you know the benefits. You don't have any property mortgage insurance, right? You get the best of the best interest rates, and you get 0% down on a home. That is the biggest thing, right? We don't have to spend 3%, 20%, 15, 10, 5%. No, we're 0% down on a home. Now, with the VA home loan, I do want to let you know there is some stipulations. Obviously, you have to have your DD-214. You have to make sure that you were discharged honorably, or I think other than honorably. Don't quote me on that. I'll do a fact check on it. But yes, you do have to actually, you have to be a veteran, and you have to prove that you were a veteran, right? And you were discharged, not dishonorably or something negatively. So that is something to consider. Now, with the VA home loan, again, it is one of the best. It is the best home loan, in my honest opinion, right? Now, there is a VA funding fee within the VA home loan. Now, that can be waived if you are a disabled veteran. Now, what the VA home loan is, it's that funding fee. It is a fee basically to do the loan, and that's how the VA gets up and running. And that's a specific percentage depending if you're a first time, if you're disabled, or if it's your second time. So it's things to consider if you are looking to buy a home. But that's something that you definitely want to talk with your mortgage lender about, to just know about it. It usually doesn't hurt you, in any shape, way, type, or form. It's just something to know that it is the VA funding fee. So that right there is like the top best 3 things so far of being a veteran here in the state of California. Now, moving on to number 4. Now, number 4 is you have home improvement grants. Now, what does that mean, right? Some organizations and entities within the state of California can give you some grants and financial assistance to, disabled veterans for home modifications. So that's something that's really big, right? To improve the accessibility and accommodations for disabled veterans, right? So that is something that is huge. So if you are a disabled veteran and unfortunately something happened to you and you're just not as mobile as you once were, just know there is home improvement grants out there. I personally have a good buddy of mine named Billy, who is a disabled veteran and just had a horrible accident and is not the best on the back. So they went in there and with one of these grants, and they actually redid his whole bathroom and also his staircase going up to his house. They made it really friendly for him, where they had rails, and in his bathroom came a stand-up shower with all these nice upgrades, right? Well, it's there to accommodate his needs because he is an injured veteran. So just know that these type of grants are out there. Now, moving on to number 5. Now, number 5 is you have mortgage assistance programs, right? So depending on the veteran circumstances, there is programs out there that can help you, especially if you're struggling with mortgage payments. So that's another thing to consider, right? Now, these programs are aimed to prevent foreclosure and provide financial relief. So know that if you're a veteran out there and you're having a hard time and you're struggling, we've all been there, we've all struggled. Just know that these things are out there, mortgage assistance programs that are there for you. So not only does this apply for veterans, this kind of applies for everybody else as well, but I just want to put it out there for you veterans out there that are watching. Hey, you have these things available to you, so please take advantage of them if you are having a financial struggle. Moving on to number 6. So number 6 is energy efficiency and retrofitting programs, right? So veterans may be eligible for energy efficient programs and upgrades for your house, right? To help reduce those utility costs, because Lord knows in the hot summer months, if you don't have those double pane windows or maybe you don't have solar and you have a pool outside, it can get pretty rough when it comes to electricity. I'll give you a prime example. In my house, I have solar on it. Yes, I do have a pool because my kids love to get in the pool. Well, if I didn't have my solar, right, and I would have just paid SoCal Edison, my electricity, my bill last month would have been like $980. But because I have solar, right, I saved myself hundreds of dollars in a payment, right? In one monthly payment, almost $1,000. Well, I got to take into account, right? It's been extremely hot lately, right? My pool's running 8 hours a day, just trying to keep itself nice and clean, right? I do have all my windows closed. I have not yet upgraded my windows. That is something that I am planning to do in the near future, but I guaranteed if I did, I would definitely save probably 10 to 20% in energy efficient costs. So that's something to consider if you are a veteran in the state of California that just want to upgrade and make your house more energy efficient, so you're keeping it cool, keeping your energy costs low. It's just something that's there that's beneficial. So that's going to cover number 6. Moving on to number 7. Now number 7 is property tax postponement. Now what is that? So California property tax postponement program, they does allow senior citizens, but as well as disabled veterans, to postpone, right, basically your taxes, right, into a later day under certain circumstances, right? Not anybody and everyone can do this. It has to be certain circumstances, right? The property taxes are accrued as a lien on the property, yes, on your home. So there is a lien on your property, and it must be repaid when you sell, transfer, or just get rid of your home and put it in somebody else's name. So just know that that program is out there, that you can postpone your property taxes here in the state of California if you are a disabled veteran with certain circumstances. Okay, now moving on to the final and last good tip for us veterans out there, number 8. Now number 8, it's going to be local benefits if you are a veteran. Right now, if you're a veteran and you're out there shopping for homes, do know that different jurisdictions in different areas, different counties, different cities have some more additional local benefits. One thing is really lenders. Some lenders are just extremely veteran, they just love veterans. They love us. They're just veteran friendly. That's just what they are, right? And so when it comes down to it, some of these other different lenders or builders or cities or counties, right, within the state of California can give you an additional incentives for your home. For a prime example, I'm going to give you this right now. I have a good friend of mine that's currently purchasing a home. He is a Navy veteran, and because he is a Navy veteran, he's getting an additional $2,000 in closing costs just because he's a veteran. So that is one of those local benefits that he is going to receive here. Now, if he was to go somewhere else, he probably would be receiving that benefit. But because he is a veteran, they are giving him an additional $2,000 in closing costs. Not to mention that they're already hooking him up with closing costs as it is. They're giving him more just because he was a veteran. So that is something big to consider, and always check with your local city or county to check to see if there is any incentives out there for veterans. And not to mention the little state programs out there for parks, and we do get some discounts on state parks, fishing licenses, DMV plates, etc. But those are other additional things once you are a veteran and you are disabled that you can try to go for, right? So that's a whole nother topic on disabilities. I just wanted to share this for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully these top 8 benefits gave you some clarification, whether or not, California is the right move for you, or if you're living in California, hopefully this was things that you just didn't know and now you do. So thank you for watching Living in South California.